and welcome to English Learning channel. And in this video I'm going to explain you 4 main letters that you're gonna face, you're gonna meet in the very beginning of your English learning journey. And also I'm gonna explain you their pronunciation, types of their pronunciations with examples. So what are those 4 letters? These are A, C, Y, and I. So let's see how do we pronounce them in the words. So let's get started with the first one, which is A. Alright. A has 6 different pronunciations in English, but all of them has its specific rule that you need to follow to understand when do you pronounce it like that. Alright, so first of all, pronunciation as a sound long O, like O. Alright, so why do I say long? Because we have here double dot. So if we have double dot, it means long pronunciation. So the rule here is that if A comes before the letter L in the word, so we pronounce it as longer O, like ball, tall, small, call, already, almost, and always. As you can see, I pronounce it as long O. So the second one is also sound O, but here it's short version, shorter O. So when do I pronounce it? If A comes after W in any word, like walk, was, word, watch. Okay, walk, was, word, watch, short O. The third, this can be a bit confusing at the first time, but it just sound A. Okay, A. So it has 2 rules. The first one is if you have the word with 1, 2 or more syllable, doesn't matter. So if A in the first syllable of the word, so we pronounce it as A, like admire, alone, about, and again. So what do we say? If it's in the first syllable of the word, so we pronounce it as A. The second rule is in the suffixes of or endings of able, ate, and ative, capable, private, tentative, capable, private, tentative. These also here we pronounce it as A. Let's see other 3 pronunciations of this letter. So next one is pronounced as A. We see here like A-E, but it's like A. So E here is pronounced as Y. So what are the rules for this pronunciation? First of all, before silent E. So what does it mean silent? It means E is not pronounced. We do not pronounce E in this word. So in other words, it's also called like magic E, but you can call it a silent E. So the examples are ape, care, cake, game, and gate. Alright, so as you can see, I pronounce it as a, ape, care, gate, game. And the second rule is if a comes before single consonants, education, label, paper. Education, label, paper. Alright. The second pronunciation in this page is also like in the first page, if you remember, like a. It's also similar sound as a. So in the last syllable of the word, like idea, and also before final consonants in the words, like legal, cat, bag. Okay, so this is the final consonant, and this is a, so we pronounce it as a. Before double consonants, stand, carry, attack, and back. So double consonants here are N and D, R and R, T and T, also C and K, and also here C and K. So the next rule is again before single consonants. Alright, so yeah, you can say that we have the same rule here. So how will I pronounce it? Either as a or as a. So it's pronounced in either ways. You can pronounce it as average or balance or balance, damage, family, natural, natural. So you can pronounce it in both ways. It's up to you. And the last one is long a. So here you just remember these 6 words here, like calm, father, llama, palm, spa, and nuance. Also, there is one rule, except besides these words, that if a comes before single r, then we pronounce this a as longer a, like here, r, car, garden, large, park, scar, and start. Okay, so this was the 6 different pronunciation for letter A, and the next one is letter C. Sorry, here we have only one rule that you need to remember, and it is that if C comes before E, I, and Y, so we pronounce it as S, not S, as sound S, like in the examples: cell, cyclop, center, citate or citate. And if you remember this rule, this single rule, in any other cases you just pronounce this letter as K. Call, creative, cat, cooking. Okay, so if C doesn't come before E, Y, and I, so you just pronounce it as K. The next letter is Y. So here we have two main pronunciations, like I and E. Alright, the first pronunciation is I, and the first rule for this pronunciation is that it stays at the end of one syllable word, like my, fly, cry. And also in these words over here, you need to remember them: ally, apply, classify, July, multiply, prophesy, satisfy, and verify. Alright, you need to remember these words over here. And the second pronunciation is E. When do you pronounce it? In the first syllable of the words. Doesn't matter one syllable or two syllable or three syllables, and etc. If it comes in the beginning or in the first syllable of the word, so you pronounce it as E, like lean, gymnastics or gymnastics. Second is at the end of two or more syllables words, like funny, very, puppy, happy, chemistry, easy, and company. So if it stays at the end of two or more syllables, like these words, and again here we pronounce as E. So next one is, and the last letter for this video is letter I. So it has three pronunciations, like longer E, short E, and I. So when do we pronounce like long E? If it stays at the end of the word with two or more syllables. Alright, like taxi, jacuzzi, and etc. And also before vowel sounds. So what are vowel sounds? They are a, I, o, u, e. Studio, peace, knees, believe. Here I comes before vowel sounds. And the last rule is in the ending ing. Alright, or not ending, just addition, right? Writing, living, cooking, finger, and etc. We pronounce it as long E. So when do we pronounce as short E? In one syllable words, and if it stays in the middle of this one syllable word. So big, mist, sit, and spin. And the second one is before double consonant, like bitter, beginning, spinner, and etc. So here we have double consonants like N and N, T and T, and etc. And the last pronunciation of this letter is I. I, before consonants, followed by vowel sound. Like, let's say I stays here, after I comes S, and after S comes again vowel sound. Okay, so here we pronounce it as rising. Rising. Here also smile, time. And the last rule is before silent G and S. Might, sign, island, and sigh. So as you can see, G here and S here is not pronounced, so that's why we call it silent. Might, sign, island, and sigh. So these were the rules for these 4 letters and their pronunciations. These are really important for your English learning, especially the beginners, very beginners. So hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like it, put a like and subscribe the video and share it with your friends. See you. Good luck.